Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nacho Problems, where we turn ordinary recipes into extraordinary nachos. I'm Nacho Queen, but you can call me M. Continuing on our world tour, we're back in the UK this week, making Lancashire Hotpot nachos. Lancashire Hotpot is a rich stew made from beef or lamb that's topped with thin round slices of potatoes. I thought it would be fun to turn it upside down and make it nachos. Let's get started. Step 1. The cheese and toppings. Our stew is going to provide the cheese and toppings this week, so for that we need some EVOO, 2 pounds stew meat. I'm using beef since lamb is not always easy to find here in the US, 1 teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon pepper, some pearl onions, some carrots. I used about half of each of these packs, 1 tablespoon flour, 1 cup red wine, 3 cups beef stock, and 1 teaspoon thyme. Start by adding a good drizzle of the oil to a Dutch oven. Make sure this has a lid and can go in the oven. If you don't have anything like that, you can probably cook it all on the stovetop, but you might need to add to your cook time. Next, add the salt and pepper to the stew meat and mix it around a bit before adding it to the pot. Cook the meat for a few minutes, stirring to brown on all sides. Then remove from the pot and set aside. Now add in a little more oil along with the onions and cook for 2 to 3 minutes or until lightly browned. Then add in the carrots and cook for 2 to 3 more minutes. Next, you're supposed to add the flour and cook for 2 minutes before adding in the wine. I got those mixed up, but you know what? It turned out fine. Then add in the beef stock and return the meat to the pot. Bring to a boil before adding in the thyme, and then cover and place the whole pot into the oven to cook at 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 C for 1 hour. After an hour, remove the lid and raise the temperature to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius and cook for another 30 minutes. And that's our cheese. Next up is Step 2, the chips. So those thin potatoes on top are going to become our chips, and for that we need some potatoes, some olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm going to start by slicing my potatoes on my mandolin on its thickest setting, which is 3.5 millimeters or about 1/8 of an inch. Cameraman saw another YouTuber recommend this kind of glove when using a mandolin and decided I needed one too. Not saying I'm accident prone or anything, but yeah, I'm accident prone. Of course, once I get down to the last half of the potatoes, I still swap to using the guard. Once all of the potatoes are sliced, place them in a colander and rinse them really well in the sink. Then, dump them all in a large bowl and cover them in cold water. Now leave them to soak for at least 30 minutes. After soaking, drain them and then turn them out onto a clean, dry kitchen towel. We're going to rub each chip dry before placing it on a baking sheet. Then we're going to brush each slice with some oil, sprinkle with salt and pepper. Now flip them over and repeat. Then it's into the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Remove them from the oven and carefully flip them over and then bake for another 10 to 15 minutes until golden and crispy. And that's our chips. Let's finish this up with Step 3, let's eat. We'll of course start with some of our homemade potato chips. Top those with some of the meat, carrots, and onions from the stew. I cut the meat and carrots down into more bite-sized pieces so they fit well on the chips. Finally, drizzle on some of the sauce from the stew, and now we need to choose our taste tester. The wheel spins and oh, yay me! Okay, instant favorite. These were unbelievably good. The only complaint was that it felt more like a cool weather dish and it was 80 degrees here today. I highly recommend those chips though, anytime. They had a nice crunch and you could add different seasonings depending on what you were pairing it with. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a like and please consider subscribing if you want to see more nacho videos. If you have an idea for a future video, you can leave a comment below or tag me on the site previously known as Twitter. I'm at NachoProblemsYT. I've also linked my Blue Sky below, but you won't find me on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. If you're looking to steal my apron, well, that's Nacho merch, but you can get your own at a link in the description. Now, we've just uncovered the pool for the season, and I'll be honest, the water is so murky and gross that I think I found Cthulhu's winter residence. But, unless you're cameraman and Olsen, that's not your problem. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.